Hello, my name is Anna and I love trying vintage recipes. So today I'm trying a recipe for tomato pudding from old-fashioned tomato recipes. Now I just did a video on this book. I made scalloped tomatoes and zucchini, and in that video I mentioned that there was a recipe for tomato pudding and asked my viewers, should I make this? And enough of you said, yes, you should make this, that I decided to go ahead and give it a shot. I've never had tomato pudding before. I did have a couple of commenters say that they had made it, they had it, they really enjoyed it, and it seems sort of like a sweet tomatoey bread pudding, and I don't hate the idea of that. I'm pretty interested in seeing how this goes. So let's move over to the stove for the first step. So there is the recipe that I'm gonna be following right here, and I will be cutting this in half, but I'll have the full recipe in the description down below. I have to combine tomato puree. I purchased this, I didn't make it myself, I purchased it in a big can. I did end up having quite a bit left over. I just put it in a container in my freezer. I'll use it for something else. Just some boiling water, some brown sugar, and a little bit of salt. Just gonna give it a bit of a stir to mix that brown sugar in. And I have to let this mixture cook for 5 minutes. So I've let my tomato mixture cook for 5 minutes. And you can see it got like very syrupy and a lot darker. I set that aside and I just have a very small buttered casserole dish here. And now I just need to cut some bread into cubes. And then those just placed in my little casserole. I'm gonna spread those out. Like I said, I'm cutting this recipe in half. So I went with a very small casserole dish. I don't know if it's small enough. We'll find out. You know what? I'm just gonna throw a couple extra bread squares in there. I don't want these to go to waste. It can't hurt too bad, can it? Next, it says to pour melted butter over my bread squares. Good amount of butter, good amount of butter. And then the hot puree mixture that I just cooked over on the stove is the final part. Just making sure these are all kind of like covered a bit. Whoops, it's still a little juicy. So now I have to bake this in a 375-degree oven for 30 minutes. Still warm. That's what it's looking like. I did bake this for the full 30 minutes and I let it cool for probably like 10. It was so hot and just like molten and bubbly when it came out of the oven. It smelled incredible and very buttery. With the ingredients, it's bound to smell good while it's baking. Okay, pretty saucy. I'm trying to figure out before I taste it if it's going to taste like something else. Like, is it gonna be like, this is tomato? Or is it gonna be like, this is some other sweet thing? So here goes. I think I like it. It's like buttery bread cubes. Let me get like another bite here. That is so interesting, but it tastes really good. It almost has like a maple quality to it, probably because of the brown sugar and the butter. That is so interesting. It's very tasty. It might be a little off-putting if you tell someone that this is made from tomato puree, but I really like it. It might almost be too sweet for me. Oh my gosh, I am so glad that you all encouraged me to try this because I do like it. It is really, really good. I don't know how other people would react if you said like, this is tomato pudding. You might have to find some kind of adventurous eaters in your life to serve this to, but again, I am so glad that I gave it a try. If you love vintage desserts like I do, I have an entire playlist and I will link it in the description down below. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post videos about food, vintage cookbooks, and retro recipes every week. Thanks again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.